Hey guys, Ron here with Riding Sun Properties. Hope you all enjoyed the Halloween weekend. I'm actually wearing a flannel that I bought from Ezra's shop, Middle of Beyond. He has a lot of really cool kind of 80s Halloweenish themed stuff, so check it out, great quality. I met him in Kobe to hand off some stuff for his new property there, so thank you very much, Ezra, and some really great clothes, so check that out. This next property is another one in Kanazawa. It's another apartment, and I talked a little bit about the pros and cons of apartments versus detached homes as they call them here. If you get an apartment, you don't have to take care of the yard, other maintenance stuff like that. However, there will be a charge for management fee as well as reserve funds that they will take monthly. So the management fee and the reserve funds will be charged monthly, so that will be an ongoing extra charge. But if you're not at your apartment or property, most of the time it might be worth it, just so you don't have to worry about landscaping and stuff like that. So Kanazawa is also a really great place. It's kind of out there a little bit, so a little bit detached, but there's plenty going on in Kanazawa, and it does connect with the Shinkansen from Tokyo. Really cool town, not super touristy, and you really get that Japanese feel. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe and enjoy the tour. All right, now on to the tour of the home. It was on a pretty main street, plenty going on, lots of restaurants and different shops you can check out. So, it's not a big city, Kanazawa, but there's plenty to do. And this next apartment is right on the street. It's built a little bit, 1976. There it is, 13.8 million yen, 95,000 USD. Third floor, 2SLDK, just a 3-minute walk from the station, and you can see some of the monthly fees there as well. Here's the floor plan. So it's a bit older apartment, but this has been renovated, not completely renovated, but mostly renovated. Here's the entrance. It does, have a little bit older feel, but here is the apartment on the 7th floor, actually. I think I said 3rd. Met the agent there. It's a really good location, but it is a little bit smaller. However, it's also renovated, so, there's the other one I showed was a little bit larger and more expensive, but it was not renovated, so this is a bit smaller. Here you have your shoe closet and storage at the entrance. Small hallway here with some closet space. Here's where the water heater is set, and the closet off to the right. Not a lot of storage, but it's something there. Here is the bath area. There's where you would put your washing machine. See, the sink is newly installed. The toilet's right in front. There's a vent there. This is plastic, so not super high quality, but it is new and ready to go. Doors were quite high on most of the doorways anyway. See, the walls are all new and clean. Here's the toilet. Not a lot of room, but enough to do what you need to do. New toilet installed with a vent up on the ceiling. It's got the bidet. Here's the bath area. It does have the automatic fill and reheat. And that right there is the dryer. So there's the controls for the heater dryer. You can see, and there's another place to hang up a bar. You hang up clothes, turn on that dryer, so it'll just dry your clothes a little bit faster. There's not a lot of dryers in Japan, which was kind of strange when I first moved here, but got used to it. I've been here 12 years. I've not had a dryer one time. There's a vent up on the ceiling there. Smaller living dining area. So you can see the doorways on most of them are quite high. This one is the older style, so it's hitting my head a little bit here. But overall, it's a pretty nice property. So this room, I'm guessing, is original. It wasn't renovated, is why the door frames are still a little bit lower. This is the tatami room, your Japanese closet. 6 tatamis. The shows you windows outside. Nice view of the city. Off to the left, I saw something going on in the wood. I thought it might be some water damage, but I did ask the seller's agent. He said there's no worries about any water damage. It's all been checked, and I guess it's just maybe from the staining of the wood. Closet here is a bit cut off on that side, but space over here. And this is what I saw, and again, he says it wasn't water damage and nothing to worry about, so maybe just staining. I'm not exactly sure what was going on there, but all should be okay with that. Head back out into the kitchen. Smaller kitchen. The balcony there. Place for your aircon and the induction heat stove. So I believe this is probably all electric. Got the new stove and vent fan installed. Never been used. No dishwasher, which again isn't super common in Japan. A bigger sink and a look off into the living room. Window to the left there. All single pane windows, none of these have double pane. This is where I guess you would put your refrigerator, so their aircon would go there. You see there's a connection for the aircon, I guess, and then that's a 200 volt plug, so you can get a bigger aircon, and then refrigerator in the corner. So wouldn't leave a ton of room, to be honest. This is gas, so you can hook up your gas heater. They're really nice in the winter time. They pump out a lot of heat really quickly. And into the other bedroom. This has been remodeled. I'm guessing it was tatami at one time. Now it's wood. I'm guessing it's just a linoleum cover, but it looks pretty good. Closet looks to be original. I don't think they replaced the doors on that. Some built-in shelving with some drawers. And a couple different angles of this room. You can also install an aircon there up next to the door, so that's the 100 volt. Something going on there. I think nothing really to worry about, just didn't do a great job of cutting it out, but I think they would take that out when they put the aircon in, so that's just to cover the holes. Here's a look out on the balcony. Again, kind of a rainy day, so not a great view, but viewing properties when it's raining gives you a pretty good idea of, you know, the realistic view. There is some temple right over there, so again, really good location and lots going on. There's the emergency fire steps. And a couple different angles of the balcony. So that is the property here in Kanazawa. If you're curious about this property or want to search in other areas of Japan, please reach out anytime. We are a licensed real estate agent and can help with the entire process of buying and also post-close stuff. Thank you very much and have a great day.